Chris said, that boy headed to Knoxville for a revenge tour. Yeah, pretty much. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope I'll be having a great start to your week. Hope I'll be having a great Monday. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. Man, oh man, the MBG sweatshop is in full effect. There's going to be a ton of videos this week. By the way, low-key forgot it. Snuck up on us. The NFL draft, it's Thursday night. You know we're going to be talking about all that. Be on the lookout for that. For now, at least, we got to talk about what's going on with Tennessee. We have a developing story that is unfolding right in front of our eyes. You're going to want to see what's going on. By the way, I got this DM the other day. This is on Instagram. Hey, brother, why I seen you out here taking pictures with Diddy? That's crazy. I didn't think the jokes were real. As you can see, when I first saw this, it did confuse me for a second because that kind of looks like me. The guy in the blue suit, and guess who he's sitting beside? That's Diddy! I have so many questions, but here's my main two. Number one, why does this look like me? And number two, how did you make this picture? Obviously, that is not me, but the reason I say it kind of looks like me is because that's the same suit I was wearing in one of the pictures I posted on Instagram years and years ago. I don't know who sent you that picture, but that is not real, AI generated, not me. I know that's completely off topic, not why you clicked onto this video, but I had to address it. Secondly, this is the other thing I want to address. I'm not even going to read this comment. Somebody either A, ban this guy, or B, give him a strike. Not even going to say nothing. Not going to do it. Let's just continue along here. Due to that comment alone, we're not reading off any comments. Or anymore, at least. That's besides the point. We got to lock in. We got to get down to business and talk about what's going on with the Tennessee Volunteers. Yesterday, the breaking news came out. We talked all about it. If you haven't seen that video, feel free to check it out for yourself. Mr. Nico Iamaleava, a.k.a. Iamaleava. He's leaving Tennessee. He's going to UCLA. He took a pay cut, all that, yada, yada, yada. We talked plenty about it. Congratulations to him, unlike some others out here. I am wishing him the best of luck. I hope it works out. Although, just between me and you, it's probably not going to work out. I hope it does work out for him. We can sit up here for the next 15 minutes and talk about how dumb it is because, number one, you took a pay cut. Number two, you're playing for a worse team. Number three, your money's not going to go as far in California. You got state income tax. We've done enough of that already. I'm not going to try to harp on that too much in this video. But what we are here to talk about is Tennessee may have just found their new quarterback. This is the side of the saga, I guess we shall call it, that I feel like should be getting more recognition and more people should be talking about it. Yes, Nico, he's in a bad situation. However, Tennessee is in just as bad of a situation, if not worse. If you haven't been watching some of the previous videos, let me enlighten you. Long story short, Tennessee only has two, count them, two quarterbacks currently on their depth chart. Not good. To go on top of that, these two quarterbacks are freshmen. Let me say it again. Freshmen, zero experience. They're not ready. It's not even like, oh yeah, Tennessee would probably benefit from getting a quarterback in the portal. No. They have to. It is not a want, it is a need. It is a necessity. Tennessee finding a quarterback in the spring transfer portal is the equivalent of having a car to drive to work. You need a car to go to work. A want, or a luxury, in this case an example, would be a Lamborghini, Ferrari, Mercedes-Benz, Audi, whatever car you desire, your dream car. That is a want. You don't need those. You just need a car. Well, right now, as to where it stands, Tennessee doesn't even have a car. They are walking to work. And going to work in the SEC isn't a 1, 2, or even 5 mile walk. It's like a 30-mile walk. You better have a car or you're going to get exposed. In this analogy, if you haven't picked up on it by now, a car, and I know all that sounded complicated, is a decent quarterback. Tennessee does not even have a decent/mediocre quarterback on their roster. You can like that, you can not like it. Bottom line is, it is reality. I got those in there. There's no way I'll be able to find the comment. It was like on 3 to 4 videos ago. But somebody wrote, well, Matt, just because Tennessee has two freshman quarterbacks, that doesn't mean anything. Johnny Manziel is a freshman, upset Alabama, and won the Heisman Trophy. Yeah, he did do that. You're 100% right. But you also realize and understand that Johnny Manziel is a once-in-a-generation type of player. You're talking about a Heisman Trophy winner. Are you trying to tell me that Jake Mertlinger and who is the other quarterback? I didn't forget his name. Why am I drawing a blank on his name? Oh, yeah, here it is. It's Jake, and I said Mertlinger. It's Merklinger, my apologies. So you're trying to tell me that Jake Merklinger and George McIntyre are going to be Johnny Manziel 2.0? Get out of here. They're not going to. They're not. Johnny Manziel is a different breed. He was beyond special. One of the most talented football players of all time. You can take that to the bank, by the way. It's a similar story to John Daly. If John Daly would have locked in and actually cared about golf, who knows how good he could have been. Johnny Manziel doing what he did is actually more ridiculous if you think about it, just due to the fact he didn't try and all he did was party 24/7. I digress. The point is, to whatever Tennessee fan wrote that comment on the recent video, you've lost your mind. I'm here to tell you right now, if Jake Mertlinger or George McIntyre is your starting quarterback next year, at best, you're winning 7 games. At best. They're not ready. It's no disrespect. It's none of that. They just need more time in the system. And what I'm saying about the Tennessee quarterback room, it's not controversial, or it shouldn't be at least. Most logical Tennessee fans would agree with it. And I also believe that the Tennessee coaching staff, they'd agree with it 1,000%. Bobby Heupel isn't dumb. You don't get to where he's at in life by not being pretty smart. And when I say Bobby Heupel, for those of you who don't know, I call him Bobby because he looks like Bobby off of King of the Hill. I'll pop up a picture of it right here. You can't tell me they don't look like twins. I digress. Anyways, Coach Bobby Heupel knows that, yeah, I got to get me a real quarterback. So that's what they've been looking for in the portal the past couple of days, and I've been following this very closely. Guess what just happened? As to when I'm speaking, this news just came out. Of course, you're going to see it a couple hours later after I edit, upload, render the video, do all that nice stuff. UCLA's quarterback, Joey Aguilar, has just entered the NCAA transfer portal. You know we're about to go with this, right? You know what we're about to talk about. Now, here's what's really interesting. Mr. Joey Aguilar hasn't even played a snap for UCLA. He just transferred to there after coming in from Appalachian State. Why did he enter the portal? Duh, because they just brought in Nico Iamaleava. And you know dang well Nico's not going there to sit the bench. They're paying him, so they're going to play him. According to some reputable sources out here, Tennessee is already talking to Joey Aguilar. Could you imagine this? This is crazy. UCLA and Tennessee are potentially going to swap quarterbacks. And if you got to ask me, the biggest winner of all this is Joey Aguilar. You just went from a team that was barely going to make a bowl game to a legit college football playoff contender. You're going to have a better offensive line, better weapons, and, oh yeah, a better head coach. And I'd like to assume he's not going to go to Tennessee for free. They're going to give him some doubloons. I'm not going to say they're going to give him $2.5 million, but maybe anywhere from $300K to $1 million, something like that. I think that's reasonable. That's fair. What do I think Joey Aguilar's worth? I'd say probably around $200, $300K. So if I was a Tennessee fan, I wouldn't be mad if they gave him upwards to that, or even around $500,000. You got to look at it from this standpoint, too. Anything under $1 million, you're saving a bunch of money because you wasn't going to pay Nico $2.4 this year. Some people may be saying, well, Matt, why wouldn't you just give him what you were going to give Nico this year? It's simple as this, my brother. I don't think Joey Aguilar is worth $2.4 million. I already know some people in the comment section will be asking that, so I did want to answer it. But who knows? Tennessee could give them more than $1 million. I guess I'll have to wait and see. Let's talk about this, though. If I were a Tennessee fan, would I be excited that we're going to get Joey Aguilar? I hate to sound like a Debbie Downer or Negative Nancy Eeyore off of Winnie the Pooh, but not really. He's all right. He's not better than Nico, in my humble opinion. At App State in 2023, he had a stellar season, completed 64% of his passes, had 3,800 passing yards with 33 tutties to 10 interceptions. Not bad. Last year, he actually regressed. His completion percentage dropped down big time, 56%, 3,000 passing yards, 23 touchdowns to 14 INTs. The TD to interception ratio concerns me. TDs went down, interceptions, they went up. I wouldn't label him as a dual threat quarterback, but he can scramble when he needs to. He doesn't impress me. He doesn't wow me, anything of that nature. However, the one thing I love about him is he brings in that veteran experience and leadership. That's what Tennessee needs. Unfortunately, Nico never felt like a natural-born leader. You didn't feel like the Tennessee players were going to go to war for him. And when I say go to war for him, what's a good example? Oh, yeah, best one out there, Tim Tebow. Those Florida players / convicts, they would die for Tebow. When I watch Nico play, it's nothing against him, it's his personality. He lacked that Southeastern grit, that just fire and competitiveness. Chris said, that boy headed to Knoxville for a revenge tour. Yeah, pretty much. I haven't even talked about this too much, but could you imagine being Aguilar in this situation? Low-key kind of sad. UCLA brought him in, probably told him how much they believed in him, told him he was going to be the starter, and they just threw him to the curb like he was nothing. In other terms, it was like your girlfriend finding a better-looking dude or a dude she likes more. She was like, oh, yeah, you were cool and all, but I'm going to go after this new guy. UCLA just threw him to the side like he was nothing. I got those in there, though. Disclaimer, I don't fault UCLA for doing it. I do the same thing. If you're a head coach, your job is to bring in players that you think is going to help and improve your team. It's a similar thing as to when Nick Saban brought in Tyler Buckner from Notre Dame and had Buckner, Ty Simpson, and Jalen Milroe battling it out for QB1. If you think a player can help your team out, it's your job to bring him in. Unfortunately, it looks like you're snaking over a guy when this happened, but trust me, that is not the case. I'll put it to you like this. They did not intend on, when they signed Joey Aguilar, that this was going to happen. What would be a good example of this? It'd be the equivalent of Georgia signing a wide receiver in the transfer portal, and Kirby Smart's like, yeah, man, you're probably going to start here. And then out of nowhere, Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State enters the portal. Well, yeah, Kirby Smart's going to go after Jeremiah Smith in the portal. Now, is that Kirby Smart snaking over the guy they brought in previously? No, absolutely not. Hopefully y'all understand that. I'll keep you guys updated. We may have an update as late as tonight. As to where it stands right now, if I had to give you my best educated guess, this will be Tennessee's new quarterback. It makes too much sense. He's got a lot of experience. He's not bad. I'd bring him in. He looks like one of the better quarterbacks you currently have in the portal. Many more things I could say. One it off here. Let me know your thoughts down below. But